Hello, everybody. Got another Minoth game for you. It's Various 2 versus Issyria, and it's in Exemplar interdiction. We've got Sevy's character jack over there on the left, the arc node that gives +2 to hit and damage on spells channeled through it just for Sevy, and it's Sevy 2. Can't remember if I mentioned that or not. Got Knight's Exemplar on the left with UA, got some Bastians there in the middle, got some Cinerators with UA in the middle, Sevy 2 floating back there holding up his staff of goodness, and 2 Crusaders. There's also a Repenter over there with a Reclaimer Gatekeeper. And oddly, there is no choir in the list. It was just an oversight. He threw the list really quickly together, and then he was like, oh, did bad Minoth, no choir, and slapped himself on the wrist a little bit. And they're like, let's just play it and see what happens. Damage isn't really needed, but no magic gun shooting and no spells might be nice. But it happened. Meh. And 3 Wracks. This is my Issyria list. It's not the greatest Issyria list in the world, but it is my Issyria list, and I like it. I play well with it. It has the things I want in it. There are undeniably better ways to make an Issyria list. Throw in a Hyperion, because it's awesome. Like, yeah. Yeah. That's a really good place to start. Maybe even a Destor Thane, because an Inviolable Resolve, unyielding Destors could be pretty dang good. But no, I wanted to have my min unit of Invictors and my Hemera and Pheonix, not Chimera and Hyperion. That's I guess what I wanted. I'm wasting too much time on this topic, but feels like a thing to me, I guess. So normally on this deployment, my Pheonix and Hemera are jammed in and it's awkward and everything like that, but my theme force allows me to see through and move through my own Dawn Guard models with my Warjacks. So they're not hemmed in at all. It's pretty dang cool. Issyria goes up, puts Admonition on Pheonix, puts Inviolable Resolve on the Destors because they're going to get into the nitty and gritty and it'd be nice for them to jam a little bit. I kind of wish I had that Destor Thane there, but, you know, life. And yeah, I just basically push my models up the board as far as they can go. Because he doesn't have any guns, there's nothing to think about. His turn, he pushes his models up the board as far as they can go. Same deal, not a whole lot to think about. He assumes he's going to take some hits, maybe a shot a little bit, but it'll be okay. So my turn, things that are going to happen. Pheonix is going to go up here and be in this forest within 4 of that objective, so he can go and get whatever work needs to be done. And I'm going to shoot a whole bunch of these Exemplar with Invictors and reposition them in the way. Some Sentinels are going to go and be bait in the way of the remaining Exemplar, and the rest of them are going to hang back and get ready to vengeance down the world. The Pheonix that is right here in that forest, Issyria, the only really important thing she needs to do this turn is arc a blinding light into that Repenter so it can't spray down all my stinking Sentinels. My Sentinels, I'm worried about them getting burned to crisp and ashes to ashes and all that stuff from Sevy. So I pop their mini feed over here on the left. Over here on the right, Destors charge in. They hit the Repenter a little bit, think they kill the Wrack, and they just kind of reposition around and get in the way and try and pin him in between this building and his own stuff. And just try and get him stuck in there. And if I can keep him stuck in there, I can have my Sentinels all go in and just have an amazing alpha and just really smack the crap out of that armor on those Crusaders and those vengeancing Cinerators. Ideally, I just want to try and get them all in one go. So that's what I'm trying to set up. Pheonix, the Sentinels, Hemera, and the Destors, that is what they're going to do, and I'm hoping 2 Destors will allow that to happen, because I can either keep them out of these flags and score some and get a little lead going over there. But yeah, I forget what Sevy's feat does, and I kind of learned the hard way. He's just like, solos? What solos? Ha ha ha, burn. And basically, the hand of fire descends from the sky, and they burn. So that's what the board looks like. Yep. Stuff and stuff. So he's going to throw his Cinerators and his Crusaders and his Repenter and his Exemplar up into my face and get some work done, kill some stuff. And in that process, he was going second. He ran a Reclaimer Gatekeeper over to that flag to score, and he scored his own zone. And I scored this zone, making the score 2-1. And this dude that gives Tactician, my Dawnguard Scyir, he nuked him from orbit with Sevy's feet. He also nuked my unit attachment and just a couple of other Sentinels. He just ran out of stuff to nuke. However, when he did that, he had to get within 16 of that Dawnguard Scyir, which is a little bit too close to Pheonix. And he went crazy with some Ashes to Ashes killing Sentinels. He just loved it. Just, here's a dead Sentinel, here's a dead Sentinel, just bouncing it around all between them. He's like, oh, these are like Electro Leaps. I think he rolled a little bit poorly on some of them, and a lot of Sentinels lived. But I remember a lot of Ashes to Ashes were channeled through his character Jack into Sentinels. And this is the board state at that point. Sevy's on a 1 camp. He has Oracular Vision. And he also has some focus handed out to those Crusaders for Oracular Vision, because that's a cool thing that Sevy does as a Field Marshal. It's a pretty good Field Marshal. Yeah. Vengeance does some work and beats up the Vigilant, kills some Knights Exemplar, and beats up the Repenter. The basic plan for this turn is see if Pheonix can kill Sevy. Pop feet. If Pheonix doesn't kill Sevy, then I throw everything I have into his army and try and kill it the best I can so that Issyria doesn't just die. And just try and get a whole bunch of attrition work done. Try and kill as much stuff as I can. I'm not even going to deal with the Bastians because they have Defensive Strike and Sanguine Bond, and that crap sucks. I'll deal with them all in one turn if I can. That's typically my solution to the Sanguine Bonding Bastians, is either hit them with something that they can't Defensive Strike and kill me with, or put like 3 dudes on one guy so he Defensive Strikes and kills one of the 2, and then the other 2 are just going to nuke that Bastion and just hose him. Either the whole unit's going to get hosed or he's going to get hosed. That's the goal. But yeah, more or less, Sentinels charge the Repenter, and more Sentinels charge the Vigilant, and 1 Sentinel charges Sevy. Sevy Oracular Visions it. Sevy gets blinded lighted. Issyria, the first thing she does, she activates. Pheonix is loaded up. She pops feet and sends a blinding light at Sevy right where the Pheonix is, because he's 10 inches away, and hits Sevy and blinding lights him, making him a little bit easier to kill. And pop feet, and then move back. Oh, and shoot the Repenter with an ancillary attack, and then move back with some velocity and stay alive because reasons. Yeah, so it's time to send in Pheonix. The Repenter's dead. I have a clear landing spot. I send in the Pheonix, and I need 5s to hit, so I'm just going to start rolling them. And he dies in the first hit. And yeah, that was cool. I think attrition would have gone okay with me. We'll see. It depends on how many of these Cinerators I kill, and if I get all the Knights Exemplar killed, because each one of them is going to kill 2 of my dudes. And these shield walled Cinerators are going to be a little bit annoying. Also, Ashen Veil is on this Vigilant, so that the Cinerators next to him are higher defense. I wanted to blinding light them, but actually I might have sent a blinding light at one of the dudes that was engaged with Issyria and just camped nothing. I was playing pretty greedy, so that might have been something I did just to be more reliable with the hitting. But yeah, that's where we were. I still had these Invictors on the left, and I still had these Sentinels, Destors, and Hemera on the right to go. So hopefully that would have gotten a decent amount of work done. I think 1 Cinerator died just to Vengeance attacks, which was pretty cool. And hey, there's a Blinding Light token, so I did get the Blinding Light token on them. But Sevy died, so it's irrelevant. This is just a simple positioning for caster mistake error. I love the idea of hosing my solos with his feet, but he missed the Pheonix that was in the middle of the board that could get to him or needed to be jammed out. And he's new to Minoth, and he's picking up Minoth. He was getting coached on the sidelines, and there was all kinds of things happening, and it was just a small little oversight. Rhett's pretty good at assassinating, and things just sort of happened. I typically like to put something in some sort of a threatening position so that I can catch players moving their caster a little bit too aggressively. It just worked out that way. Cool beans. Yep. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think.